Hallo Leute und willkommen. Today we will see what is the German sentence structure and how to build a correct German sentence. So, let's start. Our goal for today, we will not just learn words, we will learn the logic how to build it. By the end of this video, you will build long sentences without making any mistakes. We'll have 7 levels. Level 1 is the base, how to build a sentence, what is the position should be of the word, where do we put adjectives and adverbs. Level 2, the switch, how to switch the position of the verbs, how to change the sentence when we want to use a specific time or place. Level 3 is the question, how to build a sentence when you have a question mark, when, where, with whom. Level 4 is details, when we want to say more words using more nouns and adverbs and verbs. Level 5 is bridges. We will know how to build a sentence using many verbs in the same sentence. And level 6 is brackets. You will know how to construct a sentence using linking words like but, however, also. So, level 1, the foundation. How do we build a sentence? The golden rule. In a normal German sentence, the conjugated verb is always at position 2. People who don't know what it means, conjugated verb, so the verb, it means to go, to walk, to eat, to drink. But the conjugated verb, it means I go, he goes. So when we have a specific adverb, I, he, she, they, we have to change the verb. For example, she eats, I eat. So a verb is conjugated. So it calls as a conjugated verb. It always should be in position 2, in the second position in German language, and it never leaves this spot. It's like the anchor. Think of the verb as a heavy anchor. The ship can move, the water can change, but the anchor stays fixed in the land in the position 2. Always. We never change it. Just make sure that you write it into your copies to remember it for a long time. The level 1, for example, ich lerne Deutsch. Ich, it's a subject. Then we put a verb in the position 2. Ich lerne. So it's lerne. It's a verb lernen, to learn something. Deutsch, it's German. So it's an object. Instead of Deutsch, we can put any other language, for example, English. So we have to remember that in the first position, we put subject, second position, verb, and third position, object. Example 2. Trinkt Kaffee. Trinkt. Trinken, it's to drink something. Trinken, it's a verb, and a conjugated verb, it's trinkt. In a position 2, and Kaffee, it's an object that we put in the third position. Position 2 is always the king of this sentence. Information first. In English, we say, for example, today I learned German. In German, if you put today, the specific time, at position 1, the verb stays at position 2. The subject, at the same time, needs to move to position 3. I'll show you in an example. For example, heute lerne ich Deutsch. So, first of all, in this sentence, we put the specific time, heute, today. It will be in our position 1. In the second position, at the same time, we put lernen. So it's a conjugated verb that we use specifically for ich. So lernen is to learn. Lerne is a conjugated verb. In the third position, we put ich. We put always after the verb when we have the time. Then, in the last position, we put an object. Deutsch. Heute, today, learn ich. I Deutsch German. But in English, we do not translate it literally. We translate it as today I learn German. Time, at the same time, is in the position 1. When you start with time, the verb is still the anchor. This is the most common mistake for students. So don't make this mistake and don't say heute ich lerne. Instead of it, be like a native speaker and say always heute lerne ich. The verb has to be in the second position after the time. Quick practice, for example, translate now we drink coffee. Now it's jetzt, just in case. Make sure that you write these examples in your copies to remember it for a long time, to repeat it after some time. Jetzt trinken wir Kaffee. Jetzt, now, trinken. A verb, wir, Kaffee, coffee. Now, we drink coffee. Level 3, questions. How we ask correctly. Type number 1, yes or no questions. The verb jumps to position 1. For example, lernst du Deutsch? In English, it would be translated as do you learn German? But in German, you say learn you German. So we do not use the verb do. Instead of it, we just need to put the verb in the first position in German sentence. The type number 1 is W questions. So the word that starts with W, for example, what, where, it always takes position 1. Verb stays at the same time at position 2. For example, was trinkst du? Was, das bedeutet as what, trinks. It's a conjugated verb which refers to do, you. So what do you drink? As you can hear, you stays in English in the second position, but in German we have to put you in the last position after the verb. So we say was, word that starts with W in the first position, then a verb, and then do. Quick practice, ask for example, where are you? Where it's wo, and you it's du. Wo bist du? Bist, it's a verb, it's a conjugated verb that refers to do, because du bist, you are. But in the German language, when we want to say it in a sentence, we have to put a verb in the second position, before do and after the question word wo. So it will be wo bist du? Where are you? Level number 4, adding details. We have to use TeKaMoLo secret. The order for information. If you have many details, follow this exact order. T, time. Ka, reason. Mo, how. And lo, place. TeKaMoLo. T, temporal, time. Step number 1, make sure that you know when is it happening. For example, heute, today. Step number 2, it's causal, reason. Why is it happening? For example, wegen dir, because of you, for example. Modal, how. How is it happening? Fleißig. We can translate it as diligent or hard. Then local, it's a place. Where is it happening? For example, zu Hause, at home. The master sentence. Now we will have an example how to construct a sentence using our TeKaMoLo secret. For example, we have a sentence. Ich lerne heute wegen dir fleißig zu Hause. Build it like a grid. When we want to say such a long sentence, we have to make sure that we put a verb after the subject. Ich. So, ich lerne, a conjugated verb, lernen, to learn, heute, time, wegen dir, because of what, fleißig, how, zu Hause, where, location. Level number 5, the bridges, linking sentences, and we use the rule aduso. The 5 safe connections, aber, but, then, because, und, and, sondern, but rather, oder, or. Just make sure that you write it in the correct order, which calls like aduso. The 0 position. Aduso words do not count as a position at all. They're at position 0. The next word is in the first position, and order stays in the same way as always, subject, and only then we put our verb, a conjugated verb. I'll show you an example. For example, with aber. Ich bin müde, aber ich lerne. Ich bin müde. I am tired. Aber, but. Ich lerne. I learn. So the verb stays at position 2. So in the second position. Aber, we do not count even as a position. It stays in a position 0. Ich in the position 1, so in the first position, and only after the subject ich, we can put the conjugated verb that came from the verb lernen. Ich lerne, to learn, lerne, we have to put in the last position, in the second position of this sentence. And the level 6, the bracket, 2 verbs in the same sentence. The verb sandwich. You can imagine it when you have 2 verbs. To want something, can, must. First of all, we have to put the helping verb. For example, want stays at position 2. And in the very end, we have to put action verb. For example, to learn. The bracket, the 2 verbs create a sandwich. You can imagine sandwich in German, which is built out of 2 different verbs. For example, I want to learn a new language. I must to study. Everything else is filling in the middle. For example, we have a sentence. Ich will heute Deutsch lernen. I will, want, heute Deutsch. Today, German, lernen, to learn. So we do not put lernen, a conjugated verb, in the middle of the sentence. We just put it in the very end of the sentence. The verb to want something, will, we always have to put it after the subject ich, du, sie, wir. And then we put our other words, for example, today, place, Deutsch, object. Lernen in the very end. It's a verb that stays in the same position when we have the second helping verb. Separable verbs. Some verbs break apart and be ready to separate them in the sentence. For example, anrufen, to call. Ich rufe dich an. The prefix an fills the end of the sentence. So we have to separate this one verb to call somebody. In a conjugated form, it would be like ich rufe dich an. So an, that stays in the beginning of the verb anrufen, we have to separate it and put an in the very end of the sentence. And rufen, we have to put after the subject, ich. This sentence is translated as I call you. Ich rufe dich an. And level 6, the extra one, it's the kick, using weil, because. Weil is a verb because of which the conjugated verb goes to the very, very, very end. For example, weil I'm tired. We have to say it in German as weil ich müde bin. So when we use the verb weil, we always have to put our conjugated verb in the very end. Instead of saying weil bin ich müde, we have to say weil ich, subject, müde, our conjugated verb. The evolution. During our 7 steps, we learned how to say just a basic sentence. For example, ich lerne. On our second step, we learned how to say with the time or the place. For example, heute lerne ich. On our 4th step, we learned how to build the longer sentence using the time and the place. For example, heute lerne ich zu Hause. On our 6th step, we learned how to say a sentence using 2 verbs. Just as an example, we will say heute will ich zu Hause lernen. And level pro is a masterpiece, the longest sentence that you already can build. We can say heute will ich fleißig Deutsch lernen, weil ich klug bin. How would you translate this sentence? Just make sure that you write it in the comments. And the final challenge, build your own sentence in the comments using wollen, to want something, heute, today, und weil, because. And I'll check it and make sure that you already know how to build a correct German sentence. Viel Erfolg, and don't forget to like this video and subscribe this YouTube channel.